Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Adam Bear, and I'm your host at Bear Essentials here. And just going to show you some things with this stealth rig that I bought. It's a Stealth Rig Mini, and I'm going to show you. We're going to do a test on how this bow attaches to my plate. I'm going to put a mark around it, and we're going to drive down my archery range and back, and then I'm going to show you whether or not it moved, adjusted, or did anything. I've got my electric scooter out, and I've got my bow. I've got the stealth rig hooked up to the bow. I've got the plate on the back of my bino harness, and I'm going to mark where the magnet goes on the piece of metal on the back of my harness and see if this moves while I ride my bike all the way up to the brown shed and all the way back. It's about 100, 110 yards, quite a few bumps. We got some mole hills in here and drainage ditch, overflow ditch for this pond. So should be decent. It's not going to be an everyday scenario, but I do ride my scooter up and down here to go fetch arrows sometimes. So it only makes sense to do the test here, I guess, for now. Might do another test in the woods, actually riding this in the woods and stuff like a hunt. But more or less, we're going to do a test here today like this. All right, so first things first, we're going to take off my bino harness, and then we're going to lay it face down, and then we're going to get the marker out and attach the bow to the plate, just like that. And now we're going to mark it. I'm going to try to mark as much of it as I can, preferably without the whole thing falling. But let's see here. Get it positioned straight up and down. And we're going to go around here. And yes, I'm doing this with a Sharpie, mainly because that way you guys can see it and it'll be there. All right, now let's pick this up. I do not recommend putting on the bow or the harness while the bow is attached to the harness. Not exactly the easiest thing to do. But anyways, without further ado, we're gonna ride down, all the way down to the brown shed, all the way back, and you guys just sit tight and wait, or fast forward, whichever you want to do. I'm gonna try to go almost as fast as I can to make it as bumpy as possible. All right, I'm on my way back. I'm going about 12 miles an hour, right over the ditch, overflow ditch. Got up to 14 mile an hour. Now, we just got to check and see if it moved at all. So let's get this bino harness off. Okay. All right. Now, I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but it did not move whatsoever. You got to kind of remember the stealth rig is designed to pivot right here where it connects. Like I can take this little lever and disconnect the whole thing and leave the magnet attached to the plate. So this is where you get all your pivoting, where you might feel the bottom cam come up next to you, rub your back or your butt or something. But yeah, it didn't move. Well, as you saw in the test, everything worked flawlessly. The magnet did not move off of the plate. It didn't move, slide, do anything with gravity and bumps. So with that being said, I'm a pretty well firm believer in this magnet. I mean, it's, for what it is, I cannot complain hardly at all. You know, it's almost, I'd say it's about a little bit smaller than a hockey puck, but for the size of it, the weight of it, it acts as a sidebar for your sights. You know, you kind of got the best of both worlds. Now, I will say there is a downside to this. So the downside is all this whole thing rigged out the way it is with this bow, we're pushing like 8 pounds. So with the legs, arrows, the sights, which are like, I think close to a pound alone just in the sights, then this is definitely a half a pound. The stabilizer, the bow itself, which is supposed to be I think 4.5 or 4.3 pounds with nothing on it. But you know, it's just food for thought. Just think about that for a second. I mean, this is a rig pushing almost 8 pounds the way it sits. So just letting you know. Remember, just like and subscribe. I'd sure appreciate it. It was Timbo50 is the guy that commented on my video, my last video about the stealth rig, and wanted me to put a mark all the way around the magnet on the plate to test to see if it moved at all. And here's your proof that it doesn't really move. If y'all got any other videos you want me to do on some of the other equipment that I've got, just let me know. But other than that, I'm just going to keep practicing.